Unfortunately, Twitch doesn't let me customize the 1-bit and 100-bit cheer badges, so they have to stay as the default. So the custom bit badges start at the 1000 bits. This hand just doesn't do anything, right? I'd like cast Collective Brutality, but it's got like Colorless Sun, Whir of Invention. This hand actually seems pretty reasonable. Gets its hand empty pretty quick, and I have to hide behind an Ensnaring Bridge. Welp. We have a Damping Sphere in our main deck. I'm really happy we mulliganed that first one now, though. What a perfect draw against turn 1 Tron land. Maybe we're really fortunate and they're playing bad Tron. Ensnaring Bridge is really good against bad Tron. Our bad Tron matchup is probably pretty reasonable. Please be. Yay! They're playing bad Tron, chat. Have you ever been so excited to see a Chalice of the Void in your life? I've never been so excited to see a Chalice of the Void in my life. Ugh, we're gonna get Thought Not Seared. That's brutal. Oh, just a Worm Coil. Deal. Deal. Cast an Expedition map. You have 1 mana floating. Bridge it up. Bridge it up. Usually, if they are playing Eldrazi Tron, that's what Chalice of the Void usually signifies. They shouldn't have a good way to interact with this. They have, like, Endbringer to clean it out game 1, but or to like kill me through the bridge game 1, but other than that, they shouldn't have a whole lot going on. That seems pretty good. So this Fatal Push, I guess keeping it in my hand is fine in case I draw like a Jace the Mind Sculptor and can shuffle afterwards. Yeah, there could be merit to just playing it out, but like really the extra card in my hand isn't really hurting anything. We could push the Worm Coil there, but like, what are we really accomplishing by doing that? Probably gonna cycle this at their end step. Ulamog is live starting next turn, so if I can find... Oh, they have a Karn in their main deck. I'm gonna do this in response because we could hit a Whir of Invention for Pithing Needle. I mean, I don't know how they could possibly win the game. We drew Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's the best card in Modern. Alright. Abrupt Decays and Maelstrom Pulse is in. These Thought Seizes are probably pretty okay. This Pithing Needle is probably pretty okay. The Spellskite's probably fine. Padim seems fine. Collective Brutality seems truly awful. Welding Jar probably doesn't really have text. I don't think they really destroy things. They mostly just exile them. Damping Sphere is great, obviously. Grafdigger's Cage and Nihil Spellbomb are pretty bad. Trim a Fatal Push. They certainly have... I'm supposed to have this demon in my deck. I'm gonna bring the 5/5 in. Nah, I'm not. I'm a liar. Let's just run it like this. I think the pushes are okay. We need ways to kill Thought Not Seer to a degree. I guess this Damnation's probably a touch better than one of the pushes, just because it doesn't get Chalice of the Voided. I'm confused. What do you think Padim does that it's bad against Worm Coil? I've been subbed for a couple of months now, but for some reason it automatically resubs me every month. I'm wondering how many months I've been subbed. Well, you've been subbed a minimum of 3 months, but less than 6 months based on your subscriber badge there. I believe if you dig into your settings, you should be able to see the exact number of months you've been subscribed, but it's somewhere between 3 and 5. Based on your badge. Yeah, the opponent's playing Eldrazi Tron. I've got you, Chris. I've got you. Got your back. Like, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard to keep less than 6 cards in your hand to keep Wurmcoil from attacking you. Speaking of the badges, so we just did a bunch of custom emotes for people that have cheered, or a bunch of custom badges for people that have cheered. I think we're gonna be redoing the sub icons so they progress through something else other than just these hex related and then random gems. You're talking about it in... Yeah, the new cheer badges are live. They start at 1,000 bits. You actually can't do custom cheer badges for 101 bit. I tweeted a picture of what all of them are. You can find them on my Twitters. Yeah, I'm not in love with Padim, but this is definitely a matchup where he comes in. This is a viewer submitted deck list as always, so we're just playing card for card what they sent. After watching your stream a bunch, I felt ill-informed. I used to think Eldrazi Charm was a really, really good deck, but now I can't imagine playing it over Mono Green Tron or Black Green Tron. I don't see how it's better than those variants. Can you see any potential reason? The only reason in my mind to play Eldrazi Tron over the Green Tron variants is if you think Chalice of the Void is going to be well positioned at a given tournament that you're going to, but I genuinely don't think Chalice of the Void is very good in Modern. No, I think we're going to do something that's, like, on theme with, like, the whole Hoaglandia theme. So I'm thinking, like, we give people mod swords when they hit 12 months. So I think, like, the 12-month sub-icon's going to be, like, a shield to go with the sword that we give them. And then maybe, like, a horse or a castle or something like that. Fun ideas. There's a lot of different things we could do. How do we put Shill as a sub-icon? It's tough, because the icons are really small, right? So you have to, like, make something that can translate in that small size. There's a lot of good ideas, like, things you could do, but, like, when it comes down to the reality of, like, things that are good ideas that also translate at 18 pixels by 18 pixels, the options are a little limited. 1 month off of that year and your monthly reminder that I love the content. Thanks for the 11 months, Animated Mellow. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I understand budget reasons. So, like, if the answer is budget reasons is the reason to play Eldrazi Tron, I'd accept that as a reasonable answer. We got you. We got... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Nivik got hit with friendly fire. Nivik... Oh no! Somebody... I'm sorry, my liege. Have your sword back, Nivik. You can always tell when the friendly fire was my fault because I'm the only one that can friendly fire moderators. You can always tell when I'm the one to blame for the friendly fire. The Phoenix Wolf with the 6-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate that. half a year. Thanks for the continued support. Welcome to everybody. It's just a chill evening stream. I am intentionally a little bit quieter this evening than I often am, which is a mix of it being the evening, and I already streamed earlier today, and the children are currently sleeping up above me. Yeah, actually, I think you don't even have to do everything that's detailed on my blog, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if you just, like, install wine staging, it'll just work out of the box. Whatever the 3.9 wine staging is, I believe it's even easier than what my blog post implies. The blog post will definitely work, but I think you don't even need to compile or get the special version. No, I said I don't yell. I never said I wasn't loud. I am certainly loud. This is the first match of this league, and we're currently down a game. What does this Whir of Invention do? Not a whole lot, right? I cast the push there so the Matter Reshaper couldn't attack me. I knew it wasn't going to kill their thing. I just didn't want to get attacked. I was just getting a card out of my hand. Rockin' Zare, thank you very much for the 10-month resubscription. I do appreciate it. No, I don't think we preemptively needle card. Mike the Knight, you are the father. Keep up the great content and thanks for the good times. Thanks for the 9-month resubscription. Our Twitch baby is born today. My computer specs. I have a i7 4970 or something like that, and 32 gigs of RAM, and then NVIDIA 1060. They got an Eldrazi Temple. Am I supposed to just go get Damping Sphere? I think I'm just supposed to go get Damping Sphere. Only 6 more months to the sword. Thanks, Bash Gooder, for the 6-month resubscription. Actually, it's fun. Are you gonna be moving the gold pulse for mods anytime soon? It looks like a bunch of good people within... No, I think just having a bunch of mods is fine. I think having a bunch of people with swords is perfectly reasonable. I think once you've been here a year, you know the chat rules and you can execute the chat rules. And if anybody abuses those chat rules, we can just take the sword away from them. Actually, one of the new sub icons, I think, for the 6-month subscriber icon is going to be a wooden sword, like you're a mod in training. That's should be a fun idea. Give me my CD badge, Red Mulligan. Thank you very much for the 350 bits. I appreciate it. Cheer any amount to get football. There's football emotes, apparently. All right. Am I supposed to chord for 2 here? I kind of feel like I'm just supposed to wait. I think I'm just supposed to wait. Because, like, if I draw Sword of the Meek, I want to get Thopter Foundry. If I draw Thopter Foundry, I want to get Sword of the Meek. I think this just names Karn Liberated proactively. Please desword him. It's possible also I should just chord for Damping Sphere since I drew and missed. Maybe I just chord for Damping Sphere here. I think I'm supposed to do that. The fact that they got an Eldrazi Temple last turn says to me that they probably have an Endbringer in their hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab Wet Ball here, I think. Go. You would want to be Beetle, you would. Goal. Oh no, not my last card. It's so valuable. Alright, what you got hiding over there? They have an Oblivion Stone. Well, I'm happy to take that one away. Get that shit out of here. For those wondering why we're not using this, our opponent has its Spyglass here. Maybe. They don't really know the contents of our deck, so, like, not playing the Ostonon insulates it against things like Abrupt Decay and Maelstrom Pulse, while is playing it out, keeping it in your hand, like, you know, you're basically giving up percentage points regardless of how you slice it. I want a dual wield. Yeah, I think the sub badges. My graphics guy and I are still bouncing ideas around. I'm pretty sure we're locked in on. We're for sure going to have a wooden sword for 6 months and a shield for 12 months, and I think a castle at 48 months. But we need to figure out exactly maybe a horse in the middle somewhere. If you have ideas for Hoglandia themed sub icons. Like the new sub and the 3 month sub icon needs to be things like you know, things that are like lower than knight. So we were thinking like maybe a broom or like a sheep or a pig or a chicken, like you're a farmer. Chalice on 2 is very annoying. Although Sword of the Meek getting countered doesn't really matter, right? So I don't want to double up on the royalty thing because we already have circulets and crowns for the bit badges. So basically, I don't want to double dip on royalty icons for the loyalty. I feel like the sub loyalty icon should be like knight related. See, like, this actually doesn't matter that it gets countered, because when we make a thing with Thopter Foundry, it's going to come back from the discard pile to play. So our combo's actually online here now. A couple hours. Usually I go till about 11 or 12 o'clock on weeknights. It is currently 20 to 9. My goal is to get through 2 leagues tonight. We'll see how long they take. Hit a walking ballista maybe? Yeah, we can actually just race that. So again, part of the problem is that it's tough. It's tough to translate what a picture actually is. Like a lot of for people that have never done Twitch stuff before, a lot of it is looking at things and going, "Oh, that's a sweet idea," but you can't tell what that is at 18 by 18. What was Wannabe Beatles? Can we call getting timed out put in the stocks? That's not a bad idea. I never really wanted intentionally to have a gimmick for the stream, but the Hoglandia one feels natural and right, so I think we're going to play into it. Now again, I don't want to double dip on royalty in the terms of sub loyalty. I want to play into the knighthood type thing for that, I think, because we already have the royalty theme for people that have sent me dollary dues. I meant gimmick by, like, you know how people say, like, welcome to the Dragon Horde or welcome to the Boros Guild or stuff like that. Looking to have you play this. If possible, I can relink you in another way. So, Mellow, Counters Company isn't a deck I normally accept on streams because it's really miserable to play on Magic Online. It's, like, exceedingly miserable to click through. It's actually against the Twitch TOS to drink alcohol in exchange for donations on stream. You're allowed to drink on stream, but it's against the terms of service to drink directly in exchange for money. I'm currently the only adult in my house, so I have had a drink tonight, but I can't get drunk. I've never been touched like that before. You're allowed to get drunk on stream. You're not supposed to say for every $5 I'm going to take a shot. How many bits for an Overwatch stream? I don't know. I have to think about that. It's been a while since we played that. I actually kind of liked the new... I was really bad at her, but I kind of liked the new Paladin character. She was sweet. Like, had a really flexible set of abilities. Jeff plays a board game on Tabletop Simulator. Christy actually really likes Tabletop Sim. I played that a couple of times with her. I think I sorted you today, Griffinson. You definitely hit the Sapphire Gem. When I see people at Sapphire Gem, I just throw them out there. Bridge plus Thopter Sword is kind of gas. And like, you know Thopter Sword is busted because it was banned in Modern, and they only ban things that are busted. Yeah, exactly, like Stoneforge Mystic, you understand. I feel like our Thopter Sword is gonna beat this Walking Ballista in a race. Feel like there's a good chance we're winning this race. Deal. I don't actually know. I'm like, again, I'm pretty convinced at this point that any card that was banned for crimes it committed in other formats, like, shouldn't be banned in Modern. Because, like, Modern's just a completely different beast than every other format Magic has ever had. Modern is very unique in terms of what it does. This is so much fucking clicking. I think I can auto yield to this, but I know I can't auto yes because Magic Online is bad. Well, Skull Clamp shouldn't be banned because they were banned in other formats. Skull Clamp and Hypergenesis should be designed because they're like offensive design mistakes. Like, there's a distinct difference between a card like Skull Clamp and a card like Stoneforge Mystic. So honestly, from a pure power level perspective, I don't think Dark Depth should be banned in Modern. How much extra for Counters Company? Usually I look for a minimum of 50 for Counters Company because it's tough. It's rough. It just makes for a league where, like, usually I think our average with Counter Companies a couple times I played in the past, I like end up losing at least one match where like we're guaranteed to win if we're playing paper but we time out. Skull Clamp plus Bloodghast. That's, yep. I think I'm happy with how we sideboarded. I don't have any extra ways to kill Chalice in my board. It's kind of strange to me that there's no engineered explosives in the 75, but I guess like Roaring for engineered explosives isn't particularly good, but it's like removal that you could find with Tezzeret. So the story I always heard regarding Skull Clamp is that it originally gave the creature +1/+1, but they thought that was too good, so the design changed it to -1 defense at the last second to make it worse. When in reality, yeah, that made it far better and broke it, right? That sounds great. If we hit like a... Well, there's no Welding Jars in my deck, actually, right? I'll say if we had a Welding Jar, this hand would be pretty insane. I can't even tell you what Power Stone Shard does. I couldn't tell you the Oracle text on that card if I wanted to. Bridge is a good pickup here. Bant Spirits, 10 out of 10 will do. Thank you, sorry. It's just tough to play Counters Company online. Well, 10 out of 10 happily apply those to Bant Spirits, though. It's an Artifact Cloud Post. That seems really terrible and slow. God, it costs 3 mana. You know how you can tell your card's not good enough in Modern? If it costs 3 or more mana and doesn't threaten to end the game very quickly. Scarecrow Tribal. I can't say that we've gotten janky enough to play Scarecrow Tribal in the past. I think I just want to play this Thopter Foundry out. We're risking getting Thought-Knot Seared next turn. They're probably taking Bridge if they do that anyways. Thought-Knot Seer not only threatens to end a game pretty quickly, but it's also disruption. I mean, I'll play it. I just, you know, I'm a simple man who, if you're going to make me suffer extra, I expect to be paid extra. I find it annoying to lose matches of Magic because of Magic Online that I win in paper. So, if I'm gonna be annoyed occasionally, I need to be paid to be annoyed. Thopter Foundry, yes sir. Locked out. Fatal Push isn't a bad one here. So I think I just want to put Bridge down, right? I think I just want to put Bridge down. This way they can't Reality Smusher me next turn. Oh, it's actually funny, Nivek. One time we played Counters Company, and I think every one of our opponents conceded when they were going to be dead on board, and it was just like the fucking greatest thing. Like, I was like, if every league we played with this deck would be like this. They named Thopter Foundry here. So this guy is turned off currently. You work CMT. Is that, do you mean the time zone? I'm Central Time Zone, if that's what CMT refers to. You are Possibility Storm. Bump that shit. That deck is great. It's really awesome. So I will be happy to. Thank you. Thank you for the tier 2 resub cruising in. I appreciate that. That's a friendly reminder to plug the bigger subs for people. Tier 2 subscribers get to bump a deck of their choosing 10 points in the queue every single month as a thank you for supporting the stream extra. And tier 3 subs get to either bump a deck 30 points or add a new deck with 20 points. They do play Karn. They do play Karn. Alright, so I can whir for I can work for up to 3 here. Is that Central Mountain Time? You might be right, actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to whir before they attack me, just because I really don't want to take 6 here. You seem much taller. The standing desks are great. Just quite excellent. Yeah, that happens. Did I just whir for a wet ball here? I'd probably just go fetch wet ball, right? We're going to crack this map and I'll go grab a wet ball. I'm going to go get wet ball anyways. They have 1 card left. I can only go for 2 anyways, right? This doesn't... Maelstrom Wanderer. That card's only legacy legal, right? Yes. Bin that one. This fetch line's actually not terrible to get into play here, because it insulates us a little bit against Thought-Knot Seer, which is nice. Save 6 lands here, so they can Endbringer us. Please be Walking Ballista or Worm Coil. God bless us, everyone. Just gonna push the shit out of this one, and then I'm gonna crack this fetch at this point. Fill our graveyard up to make this search for Azcanta get to work. Pentad Prism. Bennett. Alright, I get to flip my search for Azcanta next turn. I got that going for us. It's going to get Ghost Quartered, but we get at least 1 activation out of it, which could yield like a Tezzeret or something great. There's their 7th land, so of course their last card is Karn, and we're screwed. Survey says Academy Runes. I think I'm just supposed to bin that. I'm pretty sure I just want to flip this bad boy over. Alright, well, we're going to take the sword here. So that way if we hit an Abrupt Decay or Maelstrom Pulse, we can get going. That's not a bad draw. I think I Needle Oblivion Stone here. That one is way worse for us than Karn at this point. Karn's pretty bad, but Oblivion Stone is like life ending. Deal. Waiting on Abrupt Decay, a Maelstrom Pulse, any kind of payoff. Hey, look at that one. Look at that one. Who's that handsome gentleman? Extra bridge. I would love a backup bridge. Don't mind if it does. How many artifacts do we have? 1. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just a 16. So we need 2 more artifacts here to kill them. So if this finds an artifact, they're dead next turn. Oh, look, more Ensnaring Bridges. So Tez minus is lethal next turn. It's good clean living, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just good clean 20 ball. This is the first match of this league, so if we win this game, we'll be 1-0. Nothing but net. Tez is so good. He's like arguably one of the best planeswalkers ever printed. He just like, it's so tough trying to like work with his deck building restriction that he comes attached with. Like just on like the surface, what his abilities are is just like super strong. It's just always the question is like, how do we minimize the deck building restriction that he comes attached with? Games max. Yeah, bridge seems great here. Yeah, Teferi's very good too. I mean, as far as messed up modern cards go, you're not wrong. Ensnaring Bridge is definitely towards the top of the list of messed up modern cards. It's not quite Ancient Stirrings, but it's pretty close. What's going on, Q? And don't worry, folks. I know it's currently Cube season on Magic Online. As always, this channel will be a bastion of constructed, largely modern, during a time of Cube. Decks that don't have win conditions in them are like really tedious to play. Blue-white control definitely falls under the doesn't have win conditions. You can assume that I will play formats that I don't normally play for $100. Hey, Dedaber, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I really don't have anything very good to go get with this Whir of Invention, right? I think we're just supposed to slam the bridge. They probably can't interact with this game one, so basically we just need to like get our hand empty so they can't get under it. Sub for the love of Griselbrand. Griselbrand is great. 5 match. Depends what it looks like, Snow. Depends on what it looks like. Flipping Delver actually seems good for us here. If we can draw some lands and just like get these cards out of our hand, we'll be in a pretty reasonable spot. Yeah, they could have Cryptic Command. It's a good card to keep on our mind for sure. Land. Oh, wow. Wow, is that card good. Holy shit. Discard both of these Whirs. Can we talk about how good Collective Brutality is with Ensnaring Bridge? Just for a hot second here. Often Socks with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much and welcome. Thanks for helping me keep doing what I do here. Appreciate that. And even if we get Mana Leak tier, we just get to spin the counters off the Pentad Prism here. And then any land lets us slam the Tezzeret, which is nice. So, am I taking Remand or Lightning Bolt here? I think I'm actually taking... Actually, no, that's interesting. It's probably the Bolt, right? It's probably the Bolt. I could see an argument for the remand, but the bolt keeps my Tezzeret safer. Like, the remand's gonna be annoying against my Tezzeret, but like, it's gonna keep it's not gonna kill him, most likely. I'm developing a tolerance for timeouts. I've become timeout resistant. My opponent commented that they thought I had to tap Pentad Prism, which does make sense because they obviously should have remanded that, right? Hey, Jolly Check. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome. I donated for a deck list a couple of weeks ago. The best way to check if I saw your deck list is to check the donation queue. If it's a deck list that I had approved ahead of time, it should be in there. If it looks like I missed it, because I am human, I do occasionally miss them. There's a lot of things going on while I stream. Just let me know what day you cheered bits or what day you sent the PayPal. I can go back and check, let me know where it was sent from and how much it was. You lecture me on linear algebra? I think linear algebra was one of the classes I actually got a C on in grad school. God, it's been grad school so long ago. It's like 7 years at this point. That reminds me, I promised people that I would link my master's project. I should do that now. Is it on Dropbox? I feel like it's on Dropbox. Am I logged into Dropbox? I am. It depends on the school. It's all very specific on like what the different rules are different depending on what school you go to. Linear algebra is definitely easier the second time. I think I just say no takes here just because I don't want them to kill Tezzeret with a bolt. Like, if I take a card there that I can't cast, they could bolt Tezzeret and then attack it to death with this elemental. School master's project. I think there's just a PDF in here. Formal paper. Get that. Edited on 12/10/2012. God, that's so long ago. That's so long ago. All right, back to the magic. I just wanted to do that before I forgot. Let's plus this thing. Would you mind doing Bant Friends list last tomorrow since I have to wake up at 6 a.m. if it's first? Yeah, I can make a note of that. I can make a note of that, actually. Bant Friends. Play last. Because Bant Friends will very likely be tomorrow. Alright, that's a Thopter Foundry, so let's just grab that one. Remand. That's actually really rude. Because it means I get to attack my Tezzeret for 2. Now my Tezzeret's dead to a bolt here, which kind of sucks. There's what I'm sure is a really poorly written paper on finding colorings and matching subsets and graphs using Python. I'll link that in Discord before I forget. Where are the crayons? So any bolt or any helix or any... Whoa, I see they're definitely killing the Tez here, right? Yeah. That remand was really good. I assume this is about to eat it now. Yeah, I didn't finish my master's degree or get my master's degree because I wanted money. I got my master's degree because I decided I didn't feel like getting a real job and being an adult. My alternatives were go to grad school for free or get a job and be an adult. So I went to grad school for free. They had openings in the program that I applied to work as a TA. So I worked as a TA. Yeah, I figured like, you know, I was 20 at the time or 19 or whatever I was, and I was like didn't have any responsibilities and was like might as well just keep going to school now while I'm young and it doesn't matter and I don't have anything else to do. Over 8 years is a long time. That's why I actually looked at PhD programs after I finished my master's, but PhD programs in math take fucking forever. They're like 6 to 10 years after your master's degree. It's absurd. My best school-related advice I can give anyone is that you shouldn't pay for your own master's degree unless you're going into something like pre-med or some kind of PhD type program like that. If you're getting any kind of like business or technology or math related master's degree, you should make sure to get a job or get a school that's going to pay you to do it. Yes, this is a little expensive. I'm going to trim the Nihil Spellbomb. Need to cut one more card here. I'm pretty sure I want the welding jars and stuff post board. Maybe the search for Azcanta is a little bit too slow. You could have finished any time in the last 2 years. You just had to ask. Nice, DSLS. Yep. Yeah, like my wife was Christy's actually looking into getting a master's degree in the company she works for. I think they pay like up to 10 grand a year or something like that, which is awesome. Which means if she does most master's programs over like 2 to 3 years, the company will just pay for it entirely. Is Kalitas good here? Kalitas might be okay. This also might be fine against a Lightning Bolt deck. I really don't have any other cuts, though. Wouldn't you make way more with your degree over streaming? I don't know. How much do you think I make streaming? How much do you think I would make with my degree? It's also about location, too. Like, this job comes with flexibility. I can literally do this job from anywhere I have a fiber connection. Whereas, like, you know, good paying jobs generally require me to go to specific places, which then puts stress on, like, what Christy's able to do for work and where she's able to work. Jeff makes a few bits an hour streaming. That's true. We do make a minimum of a few bits an hour streaming. You have to pay it back. That's a fair trade. That seems like a fair trade. Like, they pay for your education and, like, you have to stay with them for 2 years. Yeah, I put away 25 to 30% of what I make for taxes just so I don't get fucked at the end of the year. We end up getting a little bit back, but it's easier than just, like, owing and then having to pay a back tax. Yeah, unlike a lot of content creators, like, I'm in the very enviable position where, like, Christy has a good job and has benefits, so, like, I don't have to, like, pay for insurance and stuff like that out of pocket. We have all of that through her work. Drawing more lands is not good. We want to get our hand empty so we can bridge them again. Jeff just made 20 cents. Thanks for the bits, Bardic. See what this does here. We do have a window to resolve Whir of Invention now here, which is nice because the opponent's tapped out. Am I still doing Hearthstone donations or is it back tax? I'm doing both. I'm doing both, Gregory Richards. In fact, I think Friday, since there's a Grand Prix going on, I'm probably gonna do some Hearthstone and Hex on Friday. So I really don't like to stream Magic against the Grand Prix. I might do some Hearthstone or Hex tomorrow night as well, after the kids go to sleep. There just isn't a lot of demand for Hearthstone or Hex decks, so I don't do them terribly often. Also, they don't make... I click through their combat there. It's good for us. What am I getting here with this? I can get something for 2 pretty easily, and I get something for 3 or 4 with this if I really wanted to. I feel like I'm supposed to just go get Thopter Foundry here, huh? Yeah, Ninja probably makes $1 million or more per month. Almost certainly once he brings in sponsorships. It's probably just bridge, right? Yeah, the cost of living where I'm at is very, very reasonable. Especially compared to major cities. Like, I have a 2,400 square foot house right now that costs like well under $200,000. We have a good sized lot. I think it's just bridge. Like, obviously, this isn't going to do anything for a little bit, but, like, it's the card we eventually want to get. I got to attempt to read my master's thesis. Yeah. Faithless looting. That's interesting. Helix and a Delver bin. Continuing to draw lands is bad because, like, in order to get them locked under this bridge, we need to start playing 2 cards a turn. If we keep drawing lands, we can't play 2 cards a turn. Which is unfortunate. I can't imagine they want to flip this with the bridge out, unless they're, like, flipping it to, like, an Abrade. But even flipping it to an Abrade, we have this Academy runes in play, so, like, that's not even particularly that good. The Echo base with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. Thanks for helping me do what I do here. All right, let's play this. Let's jam Tezzy boy here. We can, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra mana here. Should beat a mana leak. We don't beat a negate. Let's go ahead and plus up. Oh, this is on. Never mind. They did this, right? I needed to play that card out of my hand to get it out of my hand anyways. But it's always been expensive. What changed? I got tired of breaking even. Like, you know, once you've spent 3 years playing Magic every other weekend, like, it kind of wears on itself, and, like, Magic Online is very convenient for playing Magic. So, like, playing Magic Online was a similar level of enjoyment to going to tournaments. Actually, it's more. It's less stressful, too. And, like, once you factor in the streaming can, like, actually make money and be a job, it's kind of great. Because, like, even before I was doing this full time, like, streaming, you know, 10 to 20 hours a week, that was making more money than traveling to all those events was. It wasn't making enough to really be a job like I am now, but it was making more than, like, breaking even traveling to play a bunch of tournaments. I think this Polluted Delta is grabbing a breeding pool here. You could maybe make an argument for leaving it uncracked to make it so, in case they like Blood Moon us, but they're probably not Blood Mooning us with the lands they have in play. I don't think anybody lives off of SCG money. I think if they come close to living off of it, it's because of content money. It's because of writing. Like I know the 3 years I spent grinding Magic tournaments. The only reason I actually like made any amount of money related to Magic was because I was getting, you know, 150 or 200 bucks a week to write articles for various places. On June 18th, your life will change forever. Until then, all right, you kids and your cult messages. Hey, look at that. We finally drew a spell. It's basically a land, but it lets us start getting our hand empty. The Spyglass is locking our Tezzeret Agent of Bolas out of play here. We could get burned out here. They have 4 cards in their hand. If I knew what June 18th was, I would share, but I don't know. I don't know what June 18th is. We really want to draw a spell here, so that way we could stabilize at 7, ideally. Hey, look at that. That qualifies as a spell, chat. In case anyone was wondering, it gets my hand empty. Hey, Often Socks donated $10. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Let me pull up my thingamahoots here. Often Socks, I'll have to look at that later, but I'm not, at a glance, I'm not sure that that's something I'm going to be willing to play. As a friendly reminder, you're going to want to check with me before you send the donation for a specific deck. Don't believe it or not, based on some of the things that make it through to the stream, I do reject donation decks with some consistency. I do say this probably is going to get us killed more than anything. What does a top Magic Pro make per year? Someone did some, it was I think it wasn't PV, but I think PV and Efro had commented on it, something about like some of the top Magic earners over the course of the last decade, they averaged like $9,000 net tournament winnings per year, which is like, that's like absurd, right? Like making $9,000 per year on average before travel costs and stuff like that. Just like, which when I found out that was the top earnings for people there, like the 3 years I spent playing a bunch of SCG tournaments, I made anywhere between 10 and 20 grand each of those 3 years. So like, you know, the fact that my average playing on the tour was higher than like the average of what these people playing in all these WotC events was making is kind of absurd, because I was not making much money. I mean, Owen Turtenwald's Wikipedia page. Winnings, $319,000. How long has he been playing Magic for? First came to prominence in 2007, so that's 11 years ago. So quick math says 320,000 divided by 11 is 30 grand a year in tournament winnings. So like that's a far, like even with content money, like whatever he gets paid from Channel Fireball, that's a far cry from 100 grand. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why, like, the John Finkels of the world are hedge fund managers, right? Like, a lot of the people that are top Magic professionals do stuff other than Magic. And again, that doesn't count whatever sponsorships he may have or whatever writing fee he may make, but like from strictly playing tournament Magic, it's like 320 grand over the course of whatever. And, like, you have to remember, like, Owen's, like, the top fraction of a percent of Magic players, right? Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it nuts to just use this to drain them here? Is it nuts to just gain 10? I feel like I only lose this game by getting burned out, right? Is it nuts to just gain 10 and wait? I think I just, like, gain 10 and wait here. I think LSV owns part of Channel Fireball, if I'm not mistaken. He definitely works for Direwolf Digital, but I thought he owned part of Channel Fireball. That might be me misremembering. Is it June 18th yet? What's going on, Anoronics? In Anoronics, I did take your request. The 400k, the next crown above the one you have now is teal. Yeah, and I like to be very clear when I say something on stream that I'm not certain of. So I'm not certain, 100% certain what LSV's affiliation is with Channel Fireball outside of that he writes for them. So if you want correct information, you should go independently validate that he might do something more with them. What's MOL stand for? Do you mean Magic? MOL, do you mean Magic Online? Guess what I'm drawing next turn? They have a surgical here that could be real bad for us. Nope. Alright, deal. I can respect someone that values their time. All right. While we're waiting for the third match in this league to pop, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here tonight. If you're new, my name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on this channel. I primarily stream during the daytime US. I start about 9 a.m. Central Standard Time most days of the week, but I do at least one evening stream per week here. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider doing like many wonderful people have done so already and subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are a big part of why I'm able to do this full-time. They quite literally keep me employed. If you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, that gets you Twitch Prime included for free, and Twitch Prime gives you a free channel subscription to a channel of your choice every single month. You can also support my stuff by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors, mtgotraders.com. Love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you, and if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags. They're 5 months. If my subscription was a baby, it would be able to sit up and laugh already. Thanks, Moist Junk, for the 5-month free subscription. Welcome back. We are 2-0 in this league with Sultai Tezzerator. And of course, myself and the wonderful moderators here would like to welcome everyone to Hoaglandia. Please make sure to talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. The classic double colorless Pentad Prism opener. Yeah, I was never in that position. I was always, we talked about this a little bit earlier too. Like I was always I've always been a functional adult for the most part. I had a job before I had kids. The only reason I was a stay-at-home dad was because we looked at the price of daycare and we were like, well, with what I make as a systems analyst versus like what the cost of daycare is going to be for 2 kids, I just shouldn't go to work because it's silly. It's silly to pay that much for daycare. I haven't got a timeout this month. Hit me. Why was I wasting time watching Jeff on YouTube when I could have been watching Who Left Jake? What's going on, Knights? Welcome to a live one. I always love when there's just like the mass slaughtering of timeouts after we mention the free timeouts. So we do have the kids in daycare now that I'm streaming, and daycare is not cheap. Even in the cornfields where I live, I think it's like it's a little over $1,000 per kid per month for full-time daycare, which is not a small amount of money. But at the same time, we're lucky enough to be able to afford to do that thanks to my wonderful subscribers here, and the kids are old enough at this point that like Declan loves going to school. Like we told Declan the first day that daycare was school, because they do actually teach them and have like education programs there for them. And he, a lot of nights, like we're hanging out playing at home, he goes, I go to school tomorrow, especially on the weekends. Like he's always like, can I go to school tomorrow? It's like, no, you have to wait till Monday, dude. Sorry. No, there's no public daycare in the United States. I mean, technically, public education starts when they turn 5. So, like, you could argue the school system is public daycare. $3,600. Good lord. So I played the Pentad Prism out for one counter last turn, because it allows me to play the Tezzeret this turn. And actually, that draw allows me to play the Tezzeret without burning the counter on here. Do I just fire up and smack them? Is it nuts? Yeah, I just want to get this out of bolt range, I think. I think I just want my first combo piece here. How many tournaments do I travel per year now? Very few. Not many at all. He's gonna be coming to work with me. It was funny. I was homeschooled for most of grade school, and then the first couple of years of high school before I started college. And we actually, on numerous occasions, we went to work with my dad. He was my father was a union carpenter. So I'm just gonna pass the turn here, right? Because I can just fetch with the Inventors Fair here. Take her out of her house because now she gets paid. The legalities with running an in-home daycare are absurd. The amount of regulations that you have to go through to legally run an in-home daycare. Am I handy? Not particularly. Not particularly. All right, I'm just going to play these 2 cards out now. Cage is actually pretty okay here. I didn't say she did it legally. Let's see if they have a K command here. She had a rebuy. Makes sense. I could have popped my Welding Jar there, but I think I want to save the Welding Jar to protect my combo when I get it set up, because I don't think they can beat my combo here. Bridge is also kind of absurd. And, like, they've already played their one of their main deck Colligan's commands, so, like, there's a good chance they can't kill this bridge through this Welding Jar. Yeah, I'm one of the only people my age, and I'm going to say my age, and this is going to give context to the new reviewers in chat. I am much younger than my angry demeanor and thinning hairline appears. I am 27 for context. Most of the people my age do not have kids and don't plan on having kids ever or for a very long while intentionally that I know of. So, like, most of the people I know that are, like, my age or close to mine and Christy's age, they have much older than we are. They're in like their mid to late 30s or early 40s. Land is perfect because it lets me crack this Inventors Fair for the Thopter Foundry without having to burn the counter on my Pentad Prism. I do deposit pretty damn deep on the regular. Oh. Yeah, and we had our first kid pretty young based on standards today. I did have a foundry in my discard pile, didn't I? Yeah, maybe I should have just done that. Forgot about that. We were talking about other stuff in chat that's more important than realizing what's going on. I definitely should have kept the Inventors Fair. It's kind of weird to me. One of the things that the blue-red prison deck did really well is the fact that I had a Crucible seemed great. So, kind of wish there was a Crucible in this deck. $37. That's yeah, well, I'd believe that. And like I said, I'm 27 and Jake is like 4.5, so like we had Jake when I was, 23. Where's home base for you? What's the closest tournament? I am equidistant. Chicago, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. On June 18th, your life will change forever. Until then, no more donations from us. That's Aeronautics. Lots of people from my high school are popping out babies right after graduation. That's probably confirmation bias. On June 18th, your life will change forever. But until, well, thank you for the bits, Willem. Am I supposed to cord for something here? Do you guys want to, like, go get another welding jar just in case? They probably just, like, can't beat me if I stock up on welding jars, right? What do I want to needle? Like, I don't need to needle anything, right? Like, there's this Tezzeret, but, like, I don't give a shit about the Tezzeret. I'm just going to gain a bunch of health. On June 18th, something happens. No more donations from us. I like how we're still playing Magic here. I like how we've assembled our stuff, and they're just like, nah, brah, I got you. I can auto yield to that first trigger. I should do that. You can't always yes to this because Magic Online. Lands are great. Lands are good. We just want to draw lands for the rest of the game, basically. I played my land, so I can't attack here, because I'm stupid. The reason why I played my land pre-combat, so I couldn't attack, is because I'm stupid. There's no tactical reason to do that. On June 18th, your life will change forever. Until then, no more. Alright. June 18th is coming up pretty quick. Yeah, the double welding jar means we've got them locked out of the game pretty well here. You gotta kill him in one swing. I think we'll get him in 2 turns here. I'll crack him for 6, and they'll be dead next turn. "26 siblings. That's impressive. I think that's the only word for that, is impressive. Yeah, that was one of the reasons Christy and I started early. We just, like, wanted them to be, like, grown and out so we could, like, before we were too old to really do too much stuff. 26 people is not a family, it's a small town. Today in Adventures in People Who Don't Value Their Time on Magic Online. They have a call against command to make me discard my card in my hand. I'm never having kids. Youngest of God, that's so many children. All right, so this is definitely an Abrupt Decay and Golgari Charm matchup. It's definitely a Damnation matchup. Is this card good here? This card's probably good here, right? Brutality's almost certainly great here. Maelstrom Pulse might be fine. The Spellbomb and the Grafdigger's Cage are obviously great. The extra Welding Jar should come in. Damping Sphere doesn't accomplish much. We can board out Jace the Mind Sculptor so people can check out that off their bingo squares. This has got to be a Jace the Mind Sculptor matchup, right? If this isn't a Jace matchup, what is? I need four cuts here. Probably on Pulse in case they have ley lines. Yeah, that's fair. So like what are my actual trims here now? How do I feel about trimming Pentad Prism? Just like 2 of those out. Kinda don't hate that. Kinda don't hate trimming Pentad Prism. This is a grindier matchup, so I don't want to get that kind of crap stuck in my hand. What if I trim a Sword of the Meek? Because they're likely to have Graveyard Hate or Surgical Extraction or something. I think Search is better than Jace the Mind Sculptor, for being completely honest. Maybe the Grafdigger's Cage isn't good enough. I really don't care about Lingering Souls. I'm gonna trim one more Prism. So if I trim these Prisms, that's 26 mana sources I'm leaving in my deck, which that's probably plenty, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I could trim a push and leave a Pentad Prism in. How close to Chicago am I? I'm 2 hours south of Chicago. I can get from my house to downtown with no traffic in like 2.5 hours. We drive up there with some frequency to visit family. My wife's family and I are from the south suburbs of Chicago. How far are we from Springfield? I'm about 50 minutes north of Springfield. I'm in Bloomington. So I actually commuted to Springfield to teach for like 2.5 years. It's a miserable commute. I will never do that again. Garrett's Popcorn is great. We usually get that. We would usually stop and get that whenever we'd fly out of O'Hare. I'm pretty sure that's the one that exists at O'Hare. Maybe I misremember. I'm pretty sure that one exists at O'Hare. Commuted to is usually followed by never again, right? I wonder if they're gonna Blood Moon us. Yeah, for sure, Anoronics. Let me know. Christy likes to have excuses to go up to Chicago to visit family up there, so having an extra excuse to go up there is usually a fine idea. Yep, you got me. Oh, jeez, you really got me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Whoa, they left the one in my discard pile. They left the one in my discard pile. God bless you, opponent. Oh, jeez. Get fucking got. Should have waited. Should have waited. Do I really still have a slide on SCG's things? Why do I have a slide on SCG's things still? On June 18th, your life will change forever. Until then, no more donations from us. Lizard Dizio, thank you for the big bits. I appreciate that. I think I might... I need to see what happens on the 18th, but I might set a donation goal to go to send me to the Open in Indy in July, if people are interested in seeing me play in paper again. I wouldn't hate playing the Jeskai Ascendancy deck again. It was kind of fun in paper. I had a good time with it. I was one of the top earners on it to set the bar exceedingly low. Pulsing the swamps would be a good line for sure. Long stream tonight? No, shorter stream. Usually just a league or two. This is currently match... Is this match 3? I think this is match 3. This is match 3. We're currently 2-0. We're up a game here. So, probably play this deck and then maybe one more, depending on how long this takes. I just want to have an extra badge next to my name. Thanks for the bits, Webby. What's going on, Jet? I know what that means, Tino. I had to read your message. It didn't have the word timeout to key me in. So, Bedlam Reveler. Sure. I actually don't have a way to kill that. That's actually really bad for us. Need like a Damnation here. I wonder if there's supposed to be like a cast out or two in the 75. Could see that being reasonable. I will say this about the 18th. It will be a day where Hoaglandia will rise. It will be a hot day, and it will be a great day to be Jeff, but I also would not want to be you. Okay. That's an interesting description. How's my day been so far? It's been good. We played a bunch of sweet decks today. We actually 4-1 playing Mardu Pyromancer like we're currently playing against. Deck seems really powerful. We're going to 3 here, so we're dead to another bolt. Still on board. I don't think I want to change anything. Who do you think from playing against, or just in your opinion, is the toughest player on the SCG Tour? It's probably one of the Roanoke guys, one of the previous Roanoke. Is Jerry Thompson back in Roanoke? Probably Thompson, if I had to pick a number. Or my losses to with Jace and Paper at the 5K. I lost to Green Tron. Actually, it was really funny. So, the guy that handed me 73 of the 75 cards I played at the 5K, I got paired against him round 1. So he knew what I was playing, and he was able to mulligan for Tron hands that had really good interaction against me. He also played well. Peter Tragos was the person who lent me the deck, if any of your Chicago natives, and no Peter. Good guy and good Magic player. And then what else did I lose to? I lost to Grixis Shadow, which is just an impossible matchup. Wraith PK, it may only be 3 months on Twitch, but it's like 3 years in my heart. Thanks for the quarter of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed. Thanks for keeping me employed. And then what else did I lose to? I lost to Affinity. I kept a really bad hand in our second game, and then I was a turn too slow in our third game. I kept a hand that was medium and then flooded out, but the flood wouldn't have mattered if I'd have kept a better hand. My sword is a month old now. I sharpen it every day. I think you're going to have a shield to go with your sword soon, which should be fun. So I'm going to be... my guy that does most of the artwork for my stream is working on a new set of Hoaglandia-themed sub-badges for the loyalty badges. I knew I could play the Riddler in Batman Returns. Jim Carrey was a terrible choice. Ooh, that's exceedingly good against us. And makes it a little bit awkward that I've been holding this Welding Jar. Your subscriber thing is gone, Kinkle. Did it not renew? We are 2-0 in this league, and this is game 3 in this third match. Not looking great for the home team here, so it might be 2-1 here in a second. It's just supposed to be like a gold coin or a gold circlet or whatever you want, or not a circlet, a gold coin or gold currency. On June 18th, yada yada, no more donations for me. Cletus, thanks for the 300 bits. I appreciate it. Is Tezzeret dead? That's good for us. I get to go ahead and plus this. Work was meh. Just had to deal with my dad, and I'm beyond happy to be able to catch the stream. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support, Average Bloom. I appreciate the bits. Welcome. Hope we can improve your day. Swing and a miss on there feels a little bad. Maybe on June 18th you're getting banned on Twitch, right? I hope not. I hope not. Ugh. The fact that they didn't bolt and kill this means this could sit here and run away with the game potentially for us. In fact, especially now that we found an answer to this. I didn't play out the Welding Jar after killing this because the Ratchet Bomb is sitting here. June 18th meme train. Thank you. Crush, Crush, Crush is totally our anthem, right? It definitely could be. I feel like if there was an anthem, that could definitely be it. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this Sword of the Meek. And then I'm going to pass here. I don't want to play the Thopter Foundry out into a piece of artifact destruction here. I want to play it when I can activate it as well. Towards Nihil Landfall, definitely. As always, anytime you cheer any amount of bits, you are welcome to put them in 100-bit increments to any deck in the queue. So I will happily add those after we're done today. Okay, so getting a little bit punished for holding the Thopter Foundry in my hand. Interesting. Okay, do they have another discard spell? If SCG is bad value, what do you call GPs? Taking your money and lighting it on fire. In fact, I frequently refer to GPs as that when people ask me. Be Thunder related. One, two, three. They have their last card. Their last card is Bedlam Reveler. So pretty confident their last card is Bedlam Reveler. The way they just tapped it untapped there. I'm gonna grab this Ensnaring Bridge. I'm going to play this land out. I'm going to fetch another island here. Wait, what? I think they just misclicked there. Pretty confident that was a misclick. And they're auto-passing here, so I'm actually going to sack this jar to get my Thopter back. Because I want to do this while I can't surgical my Sword of the Meek. Is this deck legit? I mean, it's playing like some reasonably powerful modern cards. And it's got like Collective Brutality and Fatal Push to kind of hold the glue together. We've done well with an archetype similar to this in the past. Wear-Tear was a good draw. I do have one more Thopter Foundry in our deck that we could find with Tezzeret potentially. What's our record? We are 2-0, and this is the third match in this league. Bolting, I thought, sure. That seems incredibly loose. I guess I start by plussing this and seeing what we get. I think Pentad Prism could be Mind Stone. I think the colored mana is pretty important. I think there are a lot of times where you use colored mana. That it needs to be colored mana. So I'm going to do this now. Having Court of Calling for artifacts is pretty great. Yeah, getting all these Thopters into play with the Tezzeret is pretty bold. So if this was paper, I wouldn't use this last mana to make another Thopter, but because it's Magic Online and my opponent's auto-passing, I'm not playing around Surgical Extraction. So you should play around Surgical Extraction there by... Why do they keep bolting my Thopter with the sword? Why do they keep bolting my Thopter with the sword? I don't understand. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 14 damage, 17 damage right now. I have less damage. So we were going to have lethal next turn. We're still pretty close to having lethal. I'm going to start by attacking with these. And I think I just want to plus Tez here. Is the command lethal? That puts them at 16. And then we have 3, 4, 5, 6. This does 12. No, I'm too short of lethal. Even with this, I have 12 from a Tez drain, and then I have 2 more. Backup bridge sounds great. Just gonna drain them for 2 here. Just in case they have a discard spell. I just want to get my damage in. I mean, they're definitely right to destroy my Thopter Foundry there, but like bolting, they should have bolted down the Tezzeret. 10 out of 10. Like, both those bolts that killed my stupid Thopters would have targeted the Tezzeret. Like, we'd have still been winning, but we wouldn't have been winning by nearly as much. So I feel like that third game could have gone a bit differently if my opponent would have taken different lines. Thop, 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 thop. Look at that. You already cashed the league? Well on our way to a 3-2. Seems a little clunky. I think I'm gonna keep it. Here's a real question, since other things being better than Jace the Mind Sculptor. On June 18th, the consequences will never be the same, but until then, the cyber police have prevented me from donating again. All right, that's an interesting way to put it. Thanks for the bits, Wraith PK. I have Enduring Ideal lined up for the deck after this one tonight, Anoronics. If you want, I can bump the Assault Loam deck in the queue to be one of our decks we play tomorrow. Because I already bumped the Enduring Ideal from earlier today, so I don't want to bump them for a second time. This is an interesting decision. Like, Ensnaring Bridge is almost certainly our best card against them, but, like, Thopter Foundry is very scary. Yeah. You just need some blue sources here. Well, hopefully... That's better than missing a land drop next turn, but we would ideally, like, we've not played the Kill Fiend deck yet. The Kill Fiend is getting close to the top now. The king has spoke. Look, Anoronics, y'all don't have extra bits to throw around until the 18th. Otherwise, you could change my mind. Blue source. That is not the worst draw in our deck. I can name Displacer here. So we're looking for a blue source so we can whir for Sword of the Meek. How does the custom messages work with the Prime subs? After you resub, you need to refresh your page. And then you have to let me send a message at the top of your chat. That's true. You do have bits in the bank. That is true. Looks kind of laggy. Nah, it looks just about normal Magic Online to me. Blue artifacts do not tap for blue. This is not quite Convoke. Value is annoying, but not the end of the world. If we hit the blue source here, we could be in this game. If we miss, we're probably out of it. Probably a little bit too far gone. Ding. Ding. Dum 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 dun 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 bam 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 bam. All right, what are we doing? Or are they blinking my... Okay, so in response to that, I'd like to whir for 2. Get my Sword of the Meek. Then I'd like to activate Thopter Foundry and get a 2/3 here. Sometimes I think this is just a vocal showcase for Jeff. Either way, I'm entertaining Scuttles. Thanks for the 3 months and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Details on the subs Discord are here. I think with this on Displacer, they're, especially when they're choked on mana, I'd be pretty surprised if they could beat Thopter Sword game 1 here. I mean, actually just get a little bit aggressive here too, right? Like, give you the business. The fact that this thing gains us health in addition to making us Thopters is so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. Once just Jace and Tezzeret just like rotting in our hands because we don't have anything better to do with them. They've also concluded that they cannot win. So these are easy outs. This is an easy in. Herald seems good here. Kalidas actually seems pretty good. If we kill their stuff, we make zombies. Decay and Brutality seem fine. I think Spellscate's fine. I think this is fine. I don't actually know how many disenchant effects they're going to have. I think I actually want to trim one of these. Nihil Spellbomb and Grafdigger's Cage don't seem good. Pithing Needle Lockout Displacer seems fine. Jace is so good you didn't even need to cast him, right? Damping Sphere is not a card I want in my deck. Is there an infinite combo in this deck to make infinite Thopters? There's not. You can actually add Crocklon Ironworks to the mix to technically go infinite. But is Charm good against all the X ones? Yeah, maybe. They have Thalia, they have Flicker Wisp. There's a non-zero chance they have Blade Splicer. That could be okay. Like, I already have too many cards in my deck, though, is the thing. So, like, I'm not sure that I have room to bring in more. Yeah, Skalitas just isn't good. Search is probably slow. They're also a Ghost Quarter deck, so it's probably bad for that reason. Yeah, it is good against Stony Silence, isn't it? Okay, yeah, that seems like good to bring in. I like hedging Stony Silence. Yeah, Brutality's a little bit medium. It's just like kill a Grizzly Bear. Smug Fake with the $1 donation. On June 18th, your life will change forever, but until then, you'll receive no more donations from us. You cult members. You cult members, you. And I think this is it. I think I'm going to click submit. I think I want Herald. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't think I want Padim. I don't know. I could see a world where I want Padim. But Padim really depends on how they sideboard. Padim really depends on how they sideboard. We played Blue Red Storm fairly recently, actually. What's your current stream schedule for the 18th? It's a Monday, so I stream from 9 to 4 on Monday usually. I think Time Civ is silly. Oh, I should have led on Polluted Delta because of this. I have the Fatal Push, thankfully, but I definitely should have led on Polluted Delta to play around Cat Jesus here. Oh, did I miss Anoronics? I'm sorry. Oh, Anoronics. Did you make one of your absurd offers? This isn't a donation. It's an offer. 25k bits for a 5-0. All right, no pressure. I mean, we're 3-0 and we're up a game. We're 3-0 and we're up a game. Someone slammed the Tron. We beat Eldrazi Tron in the first match today. So does bad Tron count? Are y'all ready for a tasty pulse? Y'all ready for something tasty? You ready for something delicious and nutritious? Just finger licking good. They still have 4 cards in their hand, and they have a clue here. So, like, we haven't locked this game up by any means, but we're definitely in, like, an okay spot here, right? So they get for playing Leonard Arbiter, right? Hey, Rome Dion Boy, thank you very much for the cheer. I appreciate it. Welcome. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna attack my Pentad Prism here. Well, I guess I just make black. And then after they exile this thing, I Fatal Push this. That card's really bad against Flicker Wisp. Maybe I'll board some of those out for the third game if we get one. Card's like absurdly bad against Flicker Wisp. We get a Cat Jesus emote. Hard pass. Hard pass on Cat Jesus emote. I'm waiting on the Whir, not quite sure what we want to get yet. Like, if we draw one of our combo pieces, I'd rather Whir for the other combo piece, but if they, like, put more pressure into play or, like, cast a Thought Knot here, I want to go get Bridge. Looks like TKS. Alright, so, in response to this trigger, I'm going to fetch for an island and go get a Bridge. Nice discard spell. It's always a risky click when you don't zoom in on Magic Online. All right, we did draw that, which is nice because like if they have a way to kill our thing here, we can sack it for some value now. And between Thopter Foundry and the Academy runes, we should be able to keep things going here unless they like Surgical Cluster or have some graveyard hate on top of artifact hate. So we're slowly tightening the noose here. I might need to sit down. Pentad is a Thopter. You are not wrong. You are not incorrect. Rest in peace. Alright, well there's the graveyard hit I talked about. That being said, if we don't draw a land next turn, we can just get our hand empty, which is nice. Not a land. That is a heck of a not land. When was the last time we 5-0'd a league? I don't remember which one was the last one we 5-0'd. I don't remember. People always ask that question. I should write it down. Peace, Nivik. Have a good evening. Catch you on the morrow. It's in a pretty good spot here. Would like to find a backup bridge to really lock things up, but Thopter Foundry can like make some things in play. Can Eldrazi still process? Yes, they can still process while there's Rip in play. Was it? It might be Band Super Friends, K. Smith. I think you're right. Super Friends sounds right. All right, there's the Flicker Wisp. So I assume this is taking my bridge away. I'm pretty off of the blue-red prison deck at this point. So they need a piece of spot removal here to kill my Thopter. Otherwise, they can't kill Tezzeret. Ding. And I get my bridge back next turn and get to activate this again next turn. We played Modern, we played Legacy, and we played Vintage. Anything outside of those formats requires a much larger donation. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So I have to pay 4 here. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Hey! Nammy with the $3.85 donation. Awesome content. I work during the day, so I can only enjoy the content at night or on the YouTubes. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the support. I'm glad you enjoy the YouTube stuff. Welcome to a live one. And this is why I try to do at least one evening a week, so that way people that can't work or can't catch a live during the day can get at least a couple live ones. I'm not a sellout. Yeah, I'm a sellout. I'm just a man with some bills to pay. I enjoy paying my bills by playing Magic. This is an extra bridge. I think this is just an extra bridge, right? Gotta mind democracy, right? Yeah, 100% of my streams get archived on YouTube. So if you can't catch something live, you can go to youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland and watch the replay there. So I have 5 artifacts in play right now. That means I have to pay, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so I'll have 2 mana left over. So I don't want to play... I don't think I want to play out the Welding Jar, because I think I want to have enough mana left to cast either Golgari Charm or Abrupt Decay. I think I'm okay with Tezzeret taking a point for 1 here. I mean, the Mox pays for itself, so there's no reason to sacrifice the Mox. Oh, geez, are we dead? 4, 7, 8. No, it's only 10, right? I think this is only 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we're at 11. I mean, they're not killing us. They're definitely have to kill the Tezzeret here. I don't think it's a punt. I think that's fine. Like, it requires them to have 2 answers in 2 cards. It's like they have to have an answer in hand and draw an answer. We are going to be dead to another Flicker Wisp here, though, or an Eldrazi Displacer. It's a good draw. Brian Ruther with the 24-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. It's a long time. I appreciate the continued support. How do I add mine bits to give you? Click on the little bit icon in chat. It should give you an option to add mine bits. So what I have to do here now is I need to trigger... I'm not dead. I have to trigger Revolt. And then I can Fatal Push my Thopter. And then I can use Fatal Push to kill the Flicker Wisp that they're targeting. And then I can draw a Pithing Needle or another removal spell. So I need to draw a way to kill Flicker Wisp or to displace her. There's copies of Damnation in my deck here too. Sarah C, thank you very much for the 2-month subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. A bunch of other people bumped up Blue-Black Fae, by the way, so that'll probably happen tomorrow or over the weekend. Yeah, I think I want to leave up Damnation mana when I pay here. So I'm probably going to sack this Thopter. So to leave up Damnation mana, I can pay for 3 things. So I probably pay for Opal, Bridge, Foundry. I think I pay for Opal, Bridge, Foundry. It's a close game. And some good ones coming up. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. I don't think the one disenchant makes me want more Welding Jars, really. I guess the Kataki could make me want more Collective Brutalities, potentially. Oh, yeah, the Prisms. I'm going to trim 2 of these for 2 Brutalities. 10 out of 10. Some Prisms I think are necessary to leave in because I don't want to cut that many mana sources. But it's not amazing, but I think it's fine. And that's honestly one of the biggest problems with decks like this is while I think they're doing like some kind of pseudo powerful things, I think a big issue with them is that like they catch flack hate from the other powerful artifact strategies that exist in the format. So like people have things like Kataki in their deck and Rest in Peace anyways, and like your deck is just like not kind of medium against those cards, right? I think I'm just gonna Pithing Needle this Aether Vial. Sometimes these decks keep real bad hands in the back of Aether Vial. Needle Thought Not Seer. That is technically a legal play. Padim is good against Flicker Wisp though, so maybe that could have come in for that reason. I could see that being a thing. Yeah, it's like eggs, right? Only it's a fair deck instead of a combo deck. You just like get caught by 2 different kinds of hate. All right, well, we didn't get Wastelanded there, so that's step 1. Our mana base being fairly awkward here. Can't cast my Golgari Charm on 5 lands. I can use that Whir, however, though. Do need to pay 2 extra. So I can pay 2 and then Whir. It's still not very good though, right? I can Whir for 2. I guess I should just go get my Thopter Foundry just in case I draw a green source. I think I go get Thopter Foundry just in case I get a green source. No, I think I just want to get. I think I have plenty of green sources in my deck, so I think I want to set up to like be able to win the game. Or not. Double Rest in Peace changes things. Let's chord for 2 and find out what we can go get. Is it just Spellskite? It might just be Spellskite. I think it's just Spellskite. Spellskite blocks the Leonin Arbiter. The creature land's not doing anything. There's no reason to needle it aggressively. I probably want to save this other needle for a displacer long term. Thought Not Seer. It's possible I should have just needled Displacer proactively here. That's probably what I should have done. Plays around this Thought Not Seer. Yeah, I think I should have played out the needle last turn, because that's my only other needle. So like I can't really deal with the Displacer. I'm obligated to kill it now, which really sucks for me. Yeah, I think that was definitely a mistake. I wasn't thinking about the potential of discard spells there when I was sequencing. No, I would be. No, oh yeah, you're right, because I had to pay for that. Yeah, because I do have Spellskite for Displacer. That's true. Yeah, I couldn't because of this, right? I had in my mind that playing the Pithing Needle was free, but you're right. I didn't make a mistake. I think it's right to leave the Whir up there more than anything. Equip this guy. I should technically equip this guy, shouldn't I? That's funny. Well then, are we having fun yet, opponent? I forgot to equip my Spellskite again. It's very possible I should have just killed this. It's a very good draw. Means if we find a green source and then a thing, we can kill the rest in pieces. Which is pretty likely the extent of their graveyard hate. Fair also doesn't find anything that kills Thought Not Seer. But Chad is correct that it costs 6 mana to Fair with Leonin Arbiter on the table. They have Smusher Aether Vial in hand. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to pulse the rest in pieces if I get the option to pulse something. I don't have enough mana to sack Fair for a Mox. Also, like, there's more green sources than Thopter Foundries in my deck, so I kind of just want to, like, draw a green source like this, and then I can Fair for and then I can Fair for the other half of my combo piece. those out of here. Their last card is Aether Vial. Which doesn't currently do much. So next turn I can pay 2 for the Leonin Arbiter and then crack the Inventors Fair and go get Foundry. And we have Spellskite going this whole time to protect all of that. Backup Bridge. I think I want to go get my other card this turn rather than do the backup bridge. That's probably dumb, right? I should just play the backup bridge. No, I have Spellskite. Yeah, I'm just going to pass. They can't get through the Spellskite and my bridge this turn. I just want to like get my shit going before they find a Kataki or something. Although I guess I have Golgari Charm to beat Kataki, huh? We have a lot of our bases covered here, which feels great. So I want to make sure I leave up a Golgari Charm this turn. So that way, if my opponent has Kataki, I can kill it. That's basically the only way I lose. And they know I have this Golgari Charm. Alright, well, we're 4-0 with Sultai Tez. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We're waiting for the 5th and final match of this league to pop. I'd just like to thank everyone for spending part of your evening here with us. I stream mostly during the day these days, but I do at least one night a week. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I stream Magic 30 plus hours a week. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel, or at the very least checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. Cardsteer.com would love to help you turn some of your Magic cards into other cards or cash direct with other players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. Mac Weldon provides premium men's clothing using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HugoClothes. You can save 20% on your first order of premium shirts, shorts, underwear, socks, all sorts of great stuff there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anironics, Justin Nivik, and all y'all out there. Thanks for hanging out tonight, folks. I do appreciate it. If you are new, please make sure you hit the follow button at the very least. We're always playing lots of sweet decks here. If you enjoy Modern, Legacy, Vintage, if you can't get to my stuff live, be sure to check out my YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All my streams get archived there, and I break them up by deck and by matchup so you can watch just the stuff that you care about. Watch, he's going to slam. Is this the last match? I don't know. I might play Assault Loam for Anironics. Anironics, if I play Assault Loam, will you stay up for the next league? Or is it your bedtime? So if it's your bedtime, I'm just going to play Assault Loam tomorrow. But if you're going to stay up, I will probably run off. Anironics with the sub-gift to Bushi. Thanks, Anironics. How many tickets is this deck? Let me ask the boss. Yeah, if you can stay up, I'll run it tonight while you're here live. But if you can't stay up anyways, I'll just put it on the docket for tomorrow. This hand's going to get run over by something aggressive, but I'm pretty sure it's a keep. Maybe a turn 3 Tez/Jace. I wish we were on the play. Like, this hand would be a sneaper on the play. Hopefully they're playing something like Jeskai Controller Blue-White. Maybe Jund. Some kind of fair interactive mid-range deck and not something aggressive. Humans. Okay. This hand is not stellar against humans. I'll play this Mox Opal out, just in case they have a Thalia. I get a sexy shout out to Anironics. We always give Anironics sexy shout outs. He's the greatest. Are they playing Poop Bears? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. And just like that, my heart goes a pitter-patter. And it's like, my opponent has decided to register Voice of Resurgence in their Horizon Canopy Aether Vial deck. God bless you, opponent. I mean, I'm sure we're about to get smoked now that I'm making fun of them, but like, God bless you. This is a pretty good start. This is a pretty good start. We're going to get attacked for 3 here, doing powerful things. What kind of goober would register Voice in their deck, right, Bob? Somebody that just doesn't get it. Somebody that just doesn't get it. Oh no. I wasn't sure how we were going to beat the first Voice of Resurgence, but now there's two of them? Jace looks fucking rancid on this board, huh? I think I just Tezzeret and make a 5/5 here. That's true. The nobles go through the bridge. I think I just make a 5/5 here. Indestructible 5/5 doesn't really do, isn't as similar to just my Pentad Prism 5/5. I guess maybe I could have made the Darksteel Citadel a 5/5 and then used a mana off the Pentad Prism there to have the Darksteel Citadel be untapped. Their hand was pretty aggressive on the play here. Yep. So they're going to swing at least two of these at Tezzeret. Fairy stack? I don't know. So we're just super fucking dead. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Let's get these Jace the Mind Sculptors out of my deck. Everybody can check. Jace the Mind Sculptor is a bag of dicks off their bingo cards. One more here. I guess the Pithing Needle's fine. Pretty sure I want these. I guess the Herald's probably decent here. Maybe this is a Kalitas matchup as well. Just like trim a couple of Pentad Prisms like we did last time against the Flicker Wisp deck. I think I like this. I don't know if this Kalitas is good enough. I guess Kalitas is good against Voice. Yeah, check out there a little bit before I did. Honestly, I wonder if these Jaces are just worse than playing Corporate Karn in this deck. I think honestly, Jace might just be worse than Corporate Karn. I really don't want to cut a third Pentad Prism. I need to trim one more card here. Maybe I just don't want Welding Jar. I think trimming the Whir. I guess they're a Leonardo. Yeah, I'm gonna trim a Whir actually. I like that. I like trimming a Whir. Oh, trim a sword. Yeah, that's the line actually. That's the winning line. I like trimming a sword. Because they're gonna have like Stony Silences and shit post board to turn it off anyways, and I'd rather keep this. Despite all your years, you are prison plays word, not cord. That's funny. Always lead on your fetch land against the Onan Arbiter deck. Let's get that out of the way. There's no way this hand is a keep. I mean, maybe your lack of belief, Bob, is why we're going to brick and die, but I believe that we're going to draw Pentad Prisms and lands. or Welding Jars. One of the two. One of the two. It remains to be seen what exactly we're going to draw. But it could be Welding Jars and not lands. I mean, like, we're kind of just like a blue source away from getting the combo going, right? Maybe. So do this now so we don't get into trouble. Honestly, I think Corporate Karn. I think Corporate Karn's probably the droid you're looking for. If we get to slam Padim next turn, we'll probably be in a very good spot. Kalitas and Batterskull do very different things. I guess they both have lifelink, so that's why you're making a comparison between them. I mean, they're both very good, right? We could get double tech edged here. Yeah, I think we're about to get double tech edged. It's not good for our hero. I'm gonna pay for this just in case they have a Ghost Quarter in their hand or something. So, because Magic is intuitive and easy to understand, for people who aren't familiar, Tech Edge is one of the few cards that is not an intervening if clause in Magic the Gathering. And what I mean by not an intervening if clause is it only checks that your opponent has 4 lands when you activate its ability. It doesn't check that your opponent has 4 lands when the ability resolves. So if you have 2 Tech Edges and your opponent has exactly 4 lands in play, you can Tech Edge, hold priority, and then Tech Edge them again and kill all their shit. It's a giant bag of dicks, to say the least. To say the least, it is in fact a giant bag of dicks. What's going on, Josu? That's my only fetchable green source. That is in fact my only fetchable green source. So we have Spire of Industry as a way to make green mana that's not artifact. That's true too. Leonin Arbiter is also a fairly hefty bag of dicks. What are we playing? We're playing Sultai Tezzerator. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link. Okay, so they're just like making me pay 2 and Ghost Quartering me, like hoping I don't have basic lands here or something. Deal. Just thanks for the Stone Rain. They have Dismember in their deck? Why the fuck is Dismember in their deck? This is why I cut this card. This card and this just probably shouldn't be in this deck because people don't sideboard things out against you ever. Can you resist wastelanding me, opponent? Can you resist wastelanding me? Can you resist wastelanding me here? Oh, you can. Look at that. All right. Well, let's see if you have another piece of spot removal here or not. Play him a 5/5. If they don't have a path or a dismember here, we're gonna kind of be in a good way here. They have a path to exile. That's unfortunate. They have another dismember. Yep. Okay. Sure. Untapped land here. That's not a fetch land. Lets us Whir for a bridge. Pentad Prism. That also lets us Whir for a bridge, right? So I can pay 2, and then I have 1. Oh, I can't activate it. I can't activate it. That's unfortunate. Can't activate it. That is unfortunate. And this is why these cards just shouldn't be in the sideboard of decks like this. I have to pay 2 to search my deck, chat. I have to pay 2 to search my deck. Yeah, they had 2 dismembers in their deck, so that is why you shouldn't play playing cards that assume your opponents are going to make good decisions is a recipe for just being very frustrated in Magic the Gathering. It's not where you want to be in life. We do get to go get a bridge now, so unless they have Disenchant here, we are going to be in an okay spot. I'm not commenting on whether or not my opponent is correct or incorrect to leave Dismember in. I'm just saying, in my experience, people always leave removal in against decks like this. So the plan of hoping your opponent doesn't have removal for the threats you're bringing in is a bad plan, and you should just have other cards instead. So, like, if this Ensnaring Bridge steals this game, which I'm hoping it does, we will be boarding that out. Yep, I'm gonna fetch here as well. That is correct. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Now we have to draw removal. Ding. Ding. Kill that motherfucker. Get him out of here. No Exalted for you. Can't cord for a backup bridge yet, because I do have to pay 2. But, like, we find a Tezzeret. If we get to, like, get a backup bridge in play, and then, like, find a Tezzeret, we could be well on our way to winning here. Please be Flicker Wisp. Yeah, come at me. I don't have any fetchable green sources left in my deck currently. We do not have a Bottled Cloister, which could be a mistake as well. I feel like you should probably just build this deck a little bit closer to the other prison deck, and Bottled Cloister was always excellent in that. And, like, this is one of their bridge answers. So, like, the fact that we just, like, got rid of one of their bridge answers effectively and it didn't cost us anything is, like, really huge here. We basically just need to not draw a bunch of green cards before we draw green mana sources, and we'll be okay here. He says as he draws a green card. So if we draw a green card next turn, we're effectively dead. Yeah, I have 2 copies of Spire of Industry in the deck. So Spire of Industry can find us a thing. Chat, there's Stony Silences in play. This card doesn't make green mana for a reason. Yeah, he's dead, Jim. There wasn't Stony Silence out, this game would be super fucking easy. We'd just, like, get a Foundry and, like, go to town. It's a decent draw. Lets me kill Leonin Arbiter. And killing Leonin Arbiter is good here, because not only do I hate fucking Leonin Arbiter, but it also lets us keep 2 cards in our hand and have them not be able to attack us, which is nice. Yep. God, their hand is good. They just like... And like, the biggest thing to remember about this set of games, I feel like, is that if my Padim... Let's just look at my sideboard. Imagine if my Padim and my other card had been Jace the Mind Sculptor or Search for Azcanta here. Like, if I just would have had cards that had text boxes that, like, made my opponent's dismembers not be cards, we'd be in a very good spot this game. It's a good draw. It's a good draw, chat. As far as good draws go, that one's towards the top. I'm sure they have a 3rd disenchant here, and we're just gonna get destroyed. But yep. So I think the reason we lost this game was a mix of both deck building and sideboarding. But I think the sideboarding also comes back down to deck building too. I think not having a second fetchable green source in the mana base is really bad. I think not having a Bottled Cloister is a mistake. I think this Herald of Anguish, this Padim, and this Kalitas are just like really hot garbage. You just like shouldn't have. Like I said, I think just like planning to board in cards like this against other people is just nonsense. I think these Jaces are hot garbage, like Jace basically always is, and I would probably turn these into Corporate Karns or 5-mana Tezzeret. Honestly, I'd probably try Corporate Karn. 5-mana Tezzeret could be pretty good too. Honestly, maybe you just turn these into like 1 5-mana Tezzeret and a Bottled Cloister. So, all right, I'm gonna play one more tonight.